Hey everyone, Willie here, Arcade USA. Don't have a lot of footage to show about the game on Expo. I spent most of my time helping my pal Mike Kennedy at the Retro VGS booth, or the Retro Magazine booth. It was a really awesome show. The game on Expo out in Mesa, Arizona. I think they had over 4,000 people attending, which is not bad for a first year for a show. A lot of people. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was a great time sitting there at the booth with my buddy Mike, talking to people about Retro Magazine, and listen to Mike and his engineer guy John talk to people about the Retro VGS. There was a really good Retro VGS panel that Mike put on. I was sitting there in the background playing the Tiny Night game up on the screen for people to watch while he talked. I love that game. Tiny Night's a lot of fun. But otherwise, there was a neat little arcade in there. I went and played some retro games at the game lounge they had. This guy had my mind went blank. Couch. Guy had a couch set up in the very back of the expo, towards where the panels were being held. And he had a schedule. He would bring out a retro console about every hour and sit there and play it with people. So I went down there and I checked out the Telstar Arcade. I remember seeing one of these a long time ago, but never picked one up. So it was a chance for me to actually get to play one. So I tried my hand at the auto racing for a little bit on it, and also watched them play some of the other games. It's actually a pretty fascinating little system. Also spent some time playing my favorite pre-crash computer, the Bally Astrocade. I love the Bally Astrocade. It's one of the first game systems I used to program games on using the Astro Basic cartridge. Of course, one of my favorite games on the Bally Astrocade is Wizard of War, or it's called The Incredible Wizard on the Bally Astrocade. Great game. It's a lot of fun. It's got some great sound effects as well. But also at the expo, I did some walking around. I saw some pretty cool stuff there. Saw some really great Atari 5200 games, quite a few of them actually, which was really neat to see. What else did I do out there? Oh, while I was out in Arizona, I visited Fallout Games. They have 3 stores out there, 3 or 4. I only hit 2 of them. I hit the one there in Mesa, of course. It's over in Tempe. And I went to the one up north in Paradise Valley. Hit that one as well. Saw some cool stuff. The one up in Paradise Valley had a couple Atari 5200 trackballs, $25 a piece. That is a bargain for a 5200 trackball. I didn't pick them up. I've already got one. Don't need another one. But if you live out in Arizona and you're looking for a 5200 trackball, head to Fallout Games up there in Paradise Valley. I think it's up by Scottsdale, I think. And they got 2 of them there for $25, man. They look in pretty good shape as well. Also saw some Channel F cartridges in the case, which was really awesome. Not very often I see those, out in the wild. The Channel F is getting really, really hard to find anything for. Of course, I don't collect any cartridges for it anyway. I got a multi-cart for mine. But if you do want to collect for Channel F, the Fallout Games up there in Paradise Valley has quite a few. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see, what else? Also there at the expo, actually I got to see a Polybius arcade machine. I tried to play it for a while, but the flashing screen when you get to certain levels really started to mess with my eyes, man. It's starting to give me a little bit of a headache, so I had to stop playing the game. But supposedly there's a documentary being made about the Polybius machine and its myth and lore. So I've been trying to find some information about it to see where they're at in production, but it sounds pretty interesting to watch when it does come out. Also, while I was out at Mesa, they had a party Friday night. Game on Expo sponsored a party at this new barcade that's going to be opening up there in Mesa. It's called The Grid. Kind of a Tron-themed arcade that's going to be opening up. They're still in the process of putting it all together, so the pictures you're seeing up here is, it's not the final arcade. They're still building it. But from what they're doing, it's going to be really neat. They're going to have all different types of games you can play, board games. They got this awesome arcade game in there called Killer Queen, which is a 10-player game on two upright machines. You have Team A, which is I think gold colored. You got the Queen Bee, and you got 4 worker bees, and then you got Team 2, which is blue, and their Queen Bee and 4 worker bees. And you go around and try to pick up little blobs of honey or whatever and take back up to the hive. But there's power-ups for your worker bees as well, like extreme speed or flight. When you start flying around, it's kind of like you're playing Joust. It's really awesome. Really neat arcade game. I've not seen anything like it before. Really enjoyed it. But anyway, yeah, I spent most of my time at the Retro booth just kind of chilling out, helping everybody out. I saw a few people out there that watched this show, Arcade USA, and really appreciate you guys coming up and saying hi and everything. Means a lot to me. I did have a panel there for the ColecoVisions podcast. Unfortunately, it was booked at the same time that Pat the NES Punk was doing his panel. So, not too many people showed up. Oh well, no big deal. Don't bother me. Anyway, I do have some pickups. So let's look at some of the pickups I've gotten when I was out there in the Expo. First thing I picked up was an Atari Video Pinball. Oh man, this thing is in pretty much perfect condition. Works really well. The little dial control here works perfectly fine. Got the little buttons on the side for the flippers. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 7 games on it. We have Flipper Pinball 1, Paddle Pinball 1, Flipper Pinball 2, Paddle Pinball 2, Rebound, Breakthrough, and Breakout. I mainly like playing the Breakout game. I love Breakout. This is really neat, man. Got it for a really good price. So I'm pretty stoked about getting this. Then the next thing I picked up was a complete in box Phaser Patrol with the StarPath Supercharger. It also came with the Phaser Patrol cassette game, the instructions and everything. I love Star Raiders on the Atari 8-bit. Now, Star Master on the Atari 2600 is really good. I like it actually better than the Star Raiders on the Atari 2600. However, I like this better than all those. Plays like Star Raiders on the computer. Really great game. If you have a StarPath Supercharger, actually, if you have a Harmony cartridge for a 2600, you can get the image of this game and play it on your Harmony cartridge. I tried it on mine, the version 2 Harmony cartridge, I believe. I can play the Supercharger games on that little bad boy. So, awesome. Then for my Atari 7800, I found a homebrew game that's still for sale on Atari Age, but I got this for a good price. Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 7800. I like the Pac-Man games. Junior Pac-Man I kind of like. It's really fun. One of the things I like about Junior Pac-Man is how large the maze is. It scrolls around the screen, and the mazes change, just like in this Pac-Man. You have some like toys that run through the maze you got to pick up. And another neat feature they did with this game is as a toy passes over a regular dot that you eat, it'll actually enlarge the dot to make it worth more points. So when you're playing the game and you're seeing the toy bounce around, it's actually kind of worth to let it bounce around for a little bit to get you the more increased points for those pills, those pellets it's running over before you actually get the toy. Adds a lot of strategy to the game. A lot of fun. Really good job for the 7800. Also found a couple other games. I don't have this system, but I found Downland for the Tandy color computer. Can't show gameplay because I don't have the game. I mean system, I don't have the game system. They're only like $0.25 a piece. And then I found Super Pitfall for the Tandy color computer. So that's pretty awesome. I couldn't pass them up for $0.25 a piece, man. I figured somebody will want them, or I'll put them in the next retro junk box that I do, that I route around. And then the next thing I picked up was for my Atari 8-bit. I found a complete in box Claim Jumper by Synapse. Synapse by Synapse Software. Really neat game. Basically, you can play a two-player game, which makes it a little bit more fun. But you also play a one-player. You have to avoid these snakes and these tumbleweeds and stuff bouncing around your little western town. You got to pick up a bar of gold, take it to the top of the screen to the assay office to get it appraised, and then you'll see a dollar bill or a $10 bill appear off to the side that you pick up, and you take it back down to your bank, and you can purchase bullets with it. And you just keep building up money so you can buy more houses and things like that. It's a pretty hard game playing it one player. As you can see in the gameplay video back here, I'm not doing too good. Two player is a blast. Played this a little bit with my wife, and it's a lot of fun. Two player, you can actually shoot each other and stuff, so it kind of adds to it. So that's a cool game. Also, for my Atari 8-bit, I found a copy of Miner 2049er by Big 5 Software. I have always liked Miner 2049er. I remember playing it when it first came out. Great platforming game. You know, the basic premise of the game is you got your little miner guy, a Miner Bob, or whatever his name is, and you got to run across all the platforms to claim the territory. You'll see underneath the platform the little pieces will disappear, so you got to run over every piece of platform on the screen. You got to watch out for these little critters running around down there. If you get like an item like a pickaxe or something else, it powers you up where you can actually get rid of the guys. And as the levels progress, it becomes more of a puzzle. You have different things introduced to the screen where you have to figure out how to get around. Like you got slides, where you have teleporters, things like that. Really great game, and it was ported all over the place. It's on Coleco, I think. Yeah, it's on ColecoVision. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. You get a chance to play Miner 2049er, I highly recommend it. Then I found a pretty neat program. This wasn't an official release. This is Superman for the Atari 8-bits. And my first thought was, it's probably just a 2600 port of the Superman game, but it's not. Actually, what it is in the middle of the screen, you have that ultimate computer from Superman 3 that Richard Pryor built, and it's trying to take over the cities all around it. So as Superman, you fly around, you try to destroy or intercept these little, I don't know what they are, these little wormy things heading for the cities. I can't play this game with a darn. I think there's other levels in this game I haven't gotten to yet, but it's based on the Superman 3 movie. It's actually not bad at all. It plays pretty good. Next thing I picked up for my Atari 8-bit is I got a hold of Gyrus. I got this on my ColecoVision, so now I've got this on my Atari 8-bit as well. Gyrus is a really fun arcade game. I always have liked it. The 5200 version plays really nice. This one isn't bad either. This is pretty good. The next thing I picked up was Necromancer for my 8-bit. It's the Atari XE GS cartridge. Really fun game. I've been looking for this for a while. What's neat about this game is you have a little wizard guy. You're in the middle of the screen, and what you have to do is you have to try to plant these trees and get them to grow, but you have to protect them from these guys with clubs that'll come by and smash the trees down. So you got to intercept them and keep them away. You got to collect more seeds to grow more trees, and you need to grow as many trees as you can, because on the next screen you use these same trees to go on top of these little brick caverns, and they'll grow through the top and they'll drop down and smash the little thing underneath. So you want to try to get enough trees to cover all those boxes to get the points. I need to spend some more time playing this. It's really actually pretty good. It's a lot of fun. Then also, while I was out there, my buddy Mike picked me up a game for my Atari 8-bit called Shamus by Broderbund. This is a really fun game. It's kind of like Berserk a little bit, but it's also an adventure type game. You got to run through all these different mazes, and you got got to pick up all these different items, like keys, potions, things like that. You got these enemies that chase you around the screen you have to avoid. This game's a lot of fun. I had never heard of it, but he recommended getting it, so he picked it up for me. Really appreciate it, Mike. Thanks a lot. I've been loving this game. So, yeah, give this game a try if you ever see it. It's pretty good. So, that is all the pickups from the Game on Expo. I really hope next year they invite me out again as a guest. I really had a good time out there. I figure the next show will probably be even bigger, considering the turnout they had for this one. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.